Okay, so let's get ready for the second session. So now we are going to discuss about the art of giving feedback. Now, feedbacks are an important part of the learning process. We all understand that and we all know. So let's write down in the chat section a time when you received a feedback and it helped you. Let's write down what was that feedback. So before writing a good feedback, let's remember all those feedback that you received. There were some which were very positive, there were some which were negative, mostly hurtful, and there were some feedback which were really helpful. How? Because it talked about the areas of improvement that you require, right? It talked about, it also motivated you by sharing your strengths and the good things about you. And it also shared the areas of improvement so that you can develop yourself, you can change yourself in the required areas. Let's write down what was that feedback, who gave that feedback to you, and how did it help you. Let's write down in the chat section those constructive feedbacks that helped you in developing yourself. So we are not talking about those positive feedbacks. Positive feedbacks are very good. They are motivating. They are very encouraging, but ultimately they do not help. They do not help you to develop or change things about yourself. Positive feedbacks are good for motivating you, encouraging you. You feel better about it. But the constructive feedback, on the contrary, they talk about the areas of improvement and also help you in developing yourself. Okay, Priya. Okay, Smriti. A time when you received a feedback. What was the feedback about and how did it help you? Please rename yourself, subconscious feeder. Okay. Slow and clear. Okay, the speed of talking. Give me a second, please. No worries, I'm just reading your chats. It's okay, I'm not saying anything. Vijaya, okay. Hindu. Natural and interactive. Okay. Now, let's understand how can we make a feedback, since we are the teachers now and we are going to train children and adults to become public speakers. It's important to give feedbacks. You must have seen 2 demos by now. Now you must have understood that after each and every activity, we have to give a short feedback to the learner. Now let's understand what makes a feedback useful. Let's have a look. So there is a cartoon on your screen. Let's watch this cartoon. What is it? The employee comes with a presentation to the boss or the superior, and she said, good presentation, but can be made better. Can be made better. He says, oh, sure, yes, absolutely. And he goes back, he makes the font size bigger, and he comes back and says, hey, I made the font size bigger. Is it better now? And now that our creative company, which was this small, now it is bigger and we can clearly see that. Is this feedback useful? Tell me. No. Why not? It's not specific. Very good. There is room for improvement for what? It does not clarify. It does not specify what exactly can be made better, isn't it? What is the shortcoming of the presentation? It does not talk about the areas of improvement. It does not talk about what can be made better the next time, right? It is not actionable. It does not talk about the specific changes. Yes, he should have asked the changes that could have been made. I believe it's the responsibility of the mentor who should tell what changes are to be required, are to be made, sorry. Okay. So let's understand what makes a feedback useful. So we have made a framework for a good feedback. How can we make a feedback a good feedback? How can a feedback be effective? So there is a framework. These are the features of a good feedback. Let's see. SAR. Any guesses? What is the full form of SAR? S stands for specific. Absolutely. A stands for actionable. Yes, Kajal, absolutely. A stands for actionable. It needs to say, the feedback needs to tell what needs to be improved the next time. R stands for result, response, region. Region? Respectful. Yes, absolutely. It should be respectful. A feedback should be respectful in every sense. Now, let's understand what exactly it means. Do we understand with specific, actionable, and respectful? Now, specific says give evidences of what worked well and what could have been better. Now, what worked well and what could have been better? That means you are talking about the areas of improvement as well as the strengths of the child, right? Now, why is it written give evidences? Now, what if I say there is a child who is giving a speech in front of me and I say, or maybe a story, I say, that was good, Ayansh. I felt as if your body language was great. I think you need to improve on your voice modulation. And you also need to have a little bit of hand gestures. Otherwise, your facial expressions were very good. Is this feedback specific? Yes, it is. No, it is not. You need to give evidences. Why? Reason. How would the person know where my body language was good? How would he know that where I should have modulated my voice? So you need to tell him when you were talking about there was a beautiful rainbow on the sky. You used your hands to show the rainbow. That was well done. You had a very good expression when you were talking about the beauty of the nature, right? So when you were talking about, I was sitting on my lawn and the birds were chirping, you used your hands so nicely. Okay. But when you are talking about a rainbow or the birds were chirping, you need to emphasize on the points like chirping, rainbow, beautiful rainbow, the adjective, beautiful rainbow. Exactly, give examples. Otherwise, how will the feedback seem to be curated for the person whom you are giving the feedback? Earlier in our report cards, we used to get the feedback like can do better. She has potential. Where do I have potential? Tell me, am I good in maths? Or am I good in science? Or am I good in social studies? My English is good. What exactly is the problem? Isn't it? So you need to give evidences of the strengths as well as the areas of improvement. Just saying that body language is good and voice modulation has to be improved, it does not suffice. You need to tell the child that, okay, this place, when you were showing your hand gestures, you were using a facial expression, that is your strength. This is done wonderfully. This was amazing. But this part, when you were speaking certain lines, you could have emphasized on certain words. Or maybe you could have used a higher pitch on beautiful, right? So give evidences. This is very important. Most of the feedback, past few months, past few years, I should say, whenever I'm teaching this particular chapter, this particular topic, it is the only thing which is missing, evidences. Evidences are nowhere there in the feedback. Please make sure that in the evidence, in the feedback, you are adding evidences. How would the parents understand that you are not giving a generic feedback that you give to every child? Maybe this teacher is, whichever child she is meeting, she's saying, oh, body language is very good, thought structure needs to be improved. That's a very generic feedback. How would I know that this feedback is made for my child, right? So you need to curate on the basis of the performance of the child. You need to give evidences for the specific areas that you mentioned. Either you are mentioning the areas of improvement or you are mentioning the strength of the child. Next, actionable. Actionable is, see, in a demo session, very difficult to do one activity twice. You can't do it. Like you are doing story time or introduction to PS skills, there you cannot do the game once again. Okay, you said like this, no, do it again. How many times you'll do? You can't do that, isn't it? Actionable part helps you to avoid repeating any particular activity. You can say that next time, what you can do is you can try emphasizing on certain words. Clear? And respectful, all of you know that feedback has to be given in a sandwich approach. Sandwich feedback you must have all you must have all went through. So sandwich approach says that you should start on a positive note, end it up with a positive note, and in between you can talk about all the constructive things, right? Like you start with well done, that was amazing, and then you say, I think your story was great, but apart from that, I would like to give a quick feedback. I felt as if voice modulation could be improved. When you said beautiful rainbow, you could have emphasized on the word beautiful. This will make your speech more attractive and yeah, more impactful, you can say, right? Apart from that, I felt the how you designed the story, that was well done. There was a beginning in the story, there was a middle in the story, and I love the ending of the story where you say that the rabbit ran around the whole lawn and he found his burrow. Finally, he went back to his home. So the way you ended up the story, that was very nice. So you are talking about the good things also. There also you are giving evidences. You're talking about the areas of improvement. There also you're giving evidences. Actionable part, you can say that, okay, next time, maybe what you can do is whenever you give a speech or whenever you tell a story, make sure that you are emphasizing on certain important words of your sentences. Respectful, again, end it up with a positive note that overall it was a great work, or I'm sure you're going to be a great public speaker one day. But that's somewhat of that kind, right? So positive, negative, yes. Positive, negative, positive, yes. Not exactly negative, I would say constructive, right? Okay, so shall we start practicing giving feedbacks? On my screen, I have a student whose name is Anargya. Okay, the student's name is Anargya. There is a teacher in the class, but imagine that you are the teacher in the class. Anargya is making up a story. He is not reading a story, not reading a story. He is making a story. He is creating a story from a picture. There is a picture and they are creating the story. The characters were discussed before. And now they are creating the story about some magical island or something, right? You have to model out a feedback for Anargya, write it down in the chat section. Make sure that you use all the 3 features of a good feedback: specific, actionable, and respectful. Make sure that you write the feedback for Anargya, not for any third person. Okay. He was not good in his speech. No. Anargya, you were really great. Like this, you have to say. Okay. Let's get started.
Yes. So once upon a time, there was a mystery island far away from humans' reach. Now, Anargya will tell me the story using the
Nobody but mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near it.
use our hands. Nobody.
Nobody but mighty pirate Blackbeard could get near the island.
Okay, he got to know there's a lot of treasure hidden in the island.
But there was a problem. A mighty soul named Angelica guarded the treasure.
Okay, you need to change your voice, baby. You need to change your voice. You need to use your hands because that is body language. That is very important when you're telling a story. All right. So how would you do that? Quick.
But there was a mighty soul that guarded the treasure, so Pirate Blackbeard could never get it.
But one day, Angelica had lost her powers for a day and she was not close to the treasure. That was the day.
So
let's write down the feedback in the chat section. Please use second person. Please use second person. You are the teacher in the class. You are giving a feedback to Anargya. Yes, Manya, that is correct. He was stressing on important words. Observation is not correct. Mansi, feedback should be given to the student, not to the teacher. I gave the whole example of a feedback. Still, you're writing one word, one sentence answers. Please don't do that. Write a proper feedback, elaborate, give your observations. You can do better. Wonderful. The most generic feedback that anyone can give. Please don't give generic feedbacks. It's not going to help. Mom, very good. That is the strength that you're talking about. It's not complete. Maybe you're still writing. Please write it in one place so that I don't have to read in fragments. Okay. Otherwise, I'll forget the previous one, what you have written. So write it in one place and then post it. Very good, Gurleen. More better. You will be better when you will practice more with hand gestures and body language. Let's work on your parts of body language and vocal part. You were very good. What was good? Strength is not talked about. Areas of improvement is okay. Evidences are missing. Rest is good. Formation, the organization is okay. No, the last part is missing. We are not giving report card answers. Don't write as if you are writing in a report card. No, please. You are giving a proper curated feedback. I explained for almost 10-15 minutes. Smriti, good one. Add evidences and you're good to go. Just the last part, respectful part is missing. Rest is okay. Namrata, very nicely written. Complete it. It's not complete. It's still incomplete. Simran, it is generic again. It does not talk about the evidences. Sakshi, good organization. Organization is absolutely correct. You listened to the instructions very carefully. That means you are saying that you are very attentive. You're highlighting the strength also, and evidence is also there. I told you to use your hand gestures and facial expression. So next time, whenever you are telling a story, make sure to use your facial expression and hand gestures also. Okay. And the respectful part is also good. You're a good learner, and I'm sure you will do better in next class. Very good. Perfect. Just make sure you add the actionable part there. Very good, Mayurakshi. Very nice. You have used the evidences also. Hi, Anarga. You modulated the voice so nicely while saying the mighty soul. You also made sure to use a lot of gestures. However, be little more proactive with hand gestures and body language so that it sounds more interesting. Very good. You have given the reason also. You will do the best soon. Anarga, good job. Okay. I can see the improvement in you, Priya. How can you see the improvement? This is the first time you're taking a session. Demo session is the first session. You're meeting the child for the first time. How can you see improvement? Improvement can be seen only after a few days, isn't it? Observation is correct. Hand gestures should be used. Correct. Okay, Nisha, you have started correctly. It's not complete. Please complete it. Tone. Okay, very good. Facial tone, where the tone was good, please mention. Sri Reshma. Facial expression, I don't think facial expressions were much. Hand gestures were lacking. By practicing, you can be better. You can work more on the hand gestures. I loved your confidence and creativity. S. Afreen, very good. Just add evidences. It's a good feedback. Very, very, cut to cut. Very good. But please add evidences. It's not complete. Sri Devi, yes. Good. You may please, instead of writing please, you are the teacher, you don't have to say please. You can say you may also use some more some actions and facial expression to enhance your wonderful story. Mom, very nicely written. Use some lines from the story and you're done. Carl. Okay. It's incomplete, but the beginning is correct. Why is it incomplete? That also I should tell you. Try next time, try using your hands and facial expression. It's okay. If you talk about the actionable part, I like how you spoke clearly. Strength is also mentioned. Areas of improvement is also mentioned. Okay, but the last part, the respectful part is missing. Jaya, all these feedbacks which I'm reading, right? Starting from Jaya, Sakina, Mamta, Shireen, Arlene, Gillian, all these are missing on evidences. Rest is okay. Ritika as well, Kokila as well. Rashmi Banerjee. Rashmi, good observation and good organization of this one. Feedback, add evidences, please. Rest is good. Rajita, again, evidences are missing, rest is okay. Anargya's story lacked emotional impact. Oh my God. Do you think a class 3, class 4 child will understand what is emotional impact? I don't think so. Please make sure that whatever feedback you give to the children is something which they can understand, right? Yeah, and rest, adding gestures, facial expressions, body language. She is not her, he's a boy. Engaging the audience and conveying emotions effectively. But he did not add gestures. That is what our observation is. Please correct your feedback, Hema. Rest is okay. Nirdosh. Again, evidences are missing. Specific part is missing. Namrata is okay, is good. It's good. I think I've read this. Make sure you use some evidences also. Manali, that's incomplete. Please give a full feedback. Vipali, okay, again, that is incomplete. Okay, Janani, I believe it is a continuation of the previous chat that you had written. I'm sorry, I don't remember the previous one. The second one is okay, but again, it is incomplete. Priya, yes, it's good. Works. Again, evidences are missing, but then organization is fine. Some of you have written in 3, 4 fragments. I'm not able to read them. I mean, I am reading, every time I'm reading, it's an incomplete one. Okay, many of you are writing, Anargya, you are good, but that means you are contradicting yourself. Please don't use any words which have negative connotations, any words which create a contradiction like but, however, although. Okay, don't use it. Anargya, you were good. I would like to also tell you that voice modulation should be used. I think voice modulation was proper, Silky. Use your hand gestures more. That is how you write. Don't use but. You don't need to contradict yourself. It was wonderful listening to the story, Anargya. You did really well. I felt you need to show more actions. I felt you need to show more actions. You can clearly write that a little more actions would have been great. You can use your hands and eyes to express your story. It will make you look more confident in front of the audience, and the audience will trust you more, isn't it? Rest, I think, is good. Just the evidences are missing. This is whom? This is Ziba. Simran. You are good with reading. He was not reading. He was making a story from a picture. Priyanka works. Priyanka Pansari works. Evidences are required. Those are missing. Rest is okay. Mamta. Very good. Very nicely explained, Mamta. Just make sure where did you feel him to be confident, or maybe if you want to tell him that, oh, you were not using your hand gestures, so mention it, that where could he have used his hand gestures. Mohit, very nicely written. Anupama, again, it is incomplete, but it contains evidences, which is good. Geeta, Anargya is not the name of the teacher, and you all will not be giving feedback to yourself. Are you all going to give feedback in your classes to yourself? You're going to give feedback to the child, isn't it? Anargya is the name of the child. I love the way you explain. Explained what? What did he explain? The picture, the setting of the story. There was a pirate, there is an angel, add these things. How much time does it take? Chavan pronunciation. I like how you spoke clearly when you're talking about an action. Okay, very good. Overall, I would say well done. Okay, very nice. Carl, it's good. Just use evidences. Evidences are still not there. Anargya's story lacked emotional impact initially. I told you to make sure that write it in second person. Secondly, emotional impact initially, you won't be able to say this to the child. Also, it sounds very rude. It lacks emotional impact. And I don't think a 9-year-old kid would be able to bring emotional impact in the story. However, a good, impactful story is, I think, works. I loved how you have changed your voice and emphasized in specific words. But if you use more hand gestures while narrating a story, apart from it, Neha Tripathi, very well written. Make sure that you add, like you said, no, I loved how you change your voice and emphasize in specific words. What were the specific words where he emphasized? You can mention those. Okay, evidences are missing. Rest is good. I loved how clear you were with your voice and pronunciation. It is be good to see more hand gestures and facial expressions. Very good. Sakina, very nicely written. Just add evidences. Okay. I said, Yogesh, I used but, not where I'm saying good, but I'm saying, you're saying good, but you could have done this. There you cannot use but. But can be used somewhere else. Okay, but you, when you are saying that, Anargya, you were very good, but I think you could. So why is he good? You cannot say, tell him good, isn't it? So either you tell him why is he good, what parts were good. Anargya, you were great. I felt your voice modulation was, or maybe you can say the emphasis on certain words were really great. Okay. Apart from that, I would like to add to that, you can use more hand gestures. And why to use hand gestures? Because it will make you look more confident. Okay. Maybe I can read a feedback for you and you can tell me which part of this feedback is specific, actionable, and respectful. Listen to this very carefully. What will he not understand, Sadhika? Please explain. I did not understand. Which one? Emotional impact, I said no, he will not understand. Please unmute. Emotional impact kind of things and, heavy words, yes, he will not understand. But voice Hi.
I mean to say that he's too small to understand. And suppose we are giving
Understand
feedback to
what?
him.
Understand what?
Suppose a very high level English, if we are giving feedback to him, as
Yes,
I have written or some. So this kind I am asking. So it
absolutely.
is better that we can explain the child in very basic
Simple
English. This I
Yes,
am asking.
that's what I'm saying.
This.
That simple English is best. That's the best way to communicate with a child and with the parents also. They will also understand simple English. Isn't
Thank
it?
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
emotional
Thank you.
impact and all those things. I know it's a very good feedback talking about the emotional impact of a story, talking about the exposition of the story, inciting incidents of the story. If you talk about all those things, it elevates your feedback, it elevates your performance as a teacher, but ultimately it doesn't serve the purpose. It doesn't convey the feedback to the child. The child will not understand what is exposition, what is inciting incident, what is climax. He will not understand. So what the purpose
Yes,
is,
exactly.
right? So it's better to use simple and plain English so that he can understand. Like body language
Thank
and voice modulation, we have just introduced in the class. After that, if we can give evidences that okay, body language was not there or voice modulation could have been better, then he will be able to connect with it. Right? Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I asked you a question. Which part of my feedback was specific, actionable, and respectful? I'm reading it once again. Wow, Anargya, I loved how you changed your voice and emphasized on some special words, especially when you said the first line, mighty pirate Blackbeard, and you stressed on mighty. That was well done. I think what could be improved is use of more hand gestures, and that will help you become more confident, and others will pay more attention to you. So next time, I would want you to use both your voice and hand gestures when you are narrating the story. Overall, great work, Anargya. I'm looking forward to hear more stories from you. Now tell me which part of it is specific, which part is actionable, and which part is respectful. Yes, Blackbeard is specific, correct? Can Hindi be used in between to explain clearly? Depends. If you see, facial expression will tell you a lot of things. When the child is like,
Oh, yeah, I loved how you change your voice and emphasize on some special words.
yeah, okay. So when you see that the child is not able to understand what you are trying to convey, then maybe you can change your course, isn't it? But then English is something you will understand when you start the class, no, in the context setting, you will get to know what language should I prefer. Okay. Obviously, the whole demo cannot be in Hindi or Bengali or Marathi or Punjabi. It cannot be. It has to be in English, although few parts of conversation can be in other regional language, right? Okay, so respectful was overall great work, Anargya. I would love to hear more stories from you. That part was respectful and actionable. Next time, I would want you to use both your voice and hand gestures when you're narrating the story. In the specific part, you are using evidences, mighty pirate black beard, and you stressed on mighty. That was well done. But you need to use hand gestures also. You need to add more hand gestures. Even if I'm adding but, please, you don't add but. Okay. Yes, you can use those words. Oh, sorry. Sorry, wrong emoji. You can use those words. I'm so proud of you. You have done really well. That's great. I could see whatever I taught you, you are following each and every word of it. You can use those things. Okay. Are we clear on this? Shall we do one more feedback? Yes, Mohit.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I just wanted to clarify one thing about giving a feedback, which is, like I understand why we should use the sandwich technique, to make sure that we can have a good conversation the next time. But I'd like to give an example to, explain my question. A few days ago, my computer had some problem. I took it to a store, and the guy said there's nothing wrong with the computer. It's perfect. I
Give me a
brought it
second,
back.
please. 1 second, please.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yes, please go ahead. Oh, please unmute. Yes.
Yes, thank you. So as I was saying that I took my computer to this workshop and the guy said that there's nothing wrong with the computer, sir. It's working perfectly fine. He just like told me that next time click on this button or that button. My point is that I got my computer back. I did not pay a single penny to this guy. I did not feel the need of making a payment to this guy because my computer was absolutely fine. So my question here is that if I'm getting a feedback like that okay, whatever the child's name is, that there's nothing wrong with you, you're doing wonderful and all that, on the polite part, yes, that's perfect. But on the business side, I think if my purpose is to convert that into a class, like I want the parents to make a payment. If I was a parent, I would think that okay, there's nothing that you guys have to offer to my child, and why should I be making this payment? So that's my concern here. Can you please put some light on that part? Thank you.
Yes, why not? So it's totally up to you. Although my speaker and today my headphone is also not working great. So I am having a lot of problem in hearing what you all are saying. But I could understand you were talking about feedbacks, right? So feedback is something, yes. So feedback is something that you can curate for yourself. Just remember that it is respectful, it is not hurting for others, and also at the same time, it is not sugar coated. It should not be sugar coated. Sugar coating is something which is not going to help. It should talk about where you need the child to improve. And you can also tell the child, don't worry, we are going to work upon this in our classes also. So these things will be covered, right?
So, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Another one more feedback that I have kept for you is a grown-up learner who is here for basic English. Now understand this, She is here only for basic English, not for public speaking. Okay. So public speaking is something which is body language and all those things, voice modulation, fluency, and all those things. No. Here, the basic things like grammar is a problem, pronunciations are a problem, lots of filler words will be there. Okay. Basic English. So she is learning how to speak in English. Let's have a look at this. And please listen to the video very carefully so that you can give an evidence-based feedback. Okay, let's start.
Remembering these 4 steps, can you
Okay.
again give an introduction?
Okay. Yes, I am Pranamika. People call me Pranu, and I am grown up Assam, and my education was finished at Assam, and now I doing my job in Assam, and I know Assamese and Hindi clearly, but I wanted to uh, uh, to learn English fluency.
Great.
And now I'm teacher, but I'm language teacher in Hindi teacher, and and I have a daughter. I spending many times with playing with my daughter, and I like to listening music, and I bake cake, and I'm reading. I like to read. I like to read novels and spending time with my friends.
Okay.
Yes, let's move ahead. Let's write down the feedback for Pranamika. The learner's name is Pranamika. And let's write down the whole. Am I audible? Okay. Let's write down the feedback for Pranamika and we will write it for Pranamika. You will use the second person. Please don't use the third person. Very good, Jagdeep. Nicely framed. Make sure you use some evidences also, like pronunciation you are saying. You can mention those words where the pronunciation was incorrect. Neha, please write it for Pranamika, not for me. Please write the feedback for the learner, not for me.
Sakshi, well written, but evidences are still missing. Nisha, very nicely written. Trisha, hand gestures can come later. As of now, we are talking about basic English. So yes, pronunciation is correct. That observation is correct. Make sure to work on your pronunciation. We can say that we will be working on your pronunciation. That is a better way of putting it, isn't it? Pronunciation, for education, daughter, teacher, most importantly, it was teacher. Education, yes, education, sorry, education, she said. She said yes. Sentence construction, very good, very nicely written. I like to listening music, yes. I likes to read novels. So it should be subject verb agreement problem. Okay. Very nicely written by you, Rakshi. Perfect. Srishti, well written. You will have to work hard with your pronunciation. I know that is correct. But then you can say that we will be working on your pronunciation in your classes, right? Because there were few words which were where the pronunciations were not correct, like education, teacher, daughter also, I think. Namrata, well written. For your fluency, reading a book. Okay. But then if she gets the fluency from reading a book, why would she join you? Isn't it? So you have to assure the person that don't worry, we are going to work on this in our classes. And then apart from that, however, I have a suggestion for you as well. You can read more books as well. So that can be added in suggestion. That is okay. Evidences are required, Namrata. Rest is good. Good feedbacks this time, although many of the feedbacks are still missing on the evidences part, but still the formation is correct. Anfa, very good, but the suggestion can be given as a suggestion. Rather, instead of giving the suggestion first, you can say we can work on your fluency in our classes. Although I can recommend, I would recommend listening to more English programs and conversations. So, Himanshi, evidences are still not there. Pronunciation and grammar, just saying that pronunciation and grammar is a problem, how would she know? You need to mention those parts. She already knows. She's an adult. She knows that her grammar is not good. Her pronunciations are not good. And that is why she has come to us. You need to focus on those points. Tell her that these are the pronunciation. And why is it happening? Because of your MTI. Because you are trying to speak with the influence of your mother tongue. So because in Assamese, you don't have the ch sound, because of which you are saying teacher as teacher, right? So that needs to be practiced and that needs to be removed. And that is what we are going to do in our classes. Prepositions and completion of sentence. Okay. Yeah, so most of you are writing, you need to improve on your pronunciation. So since we are just, putting the responsibility on the learner, instead of putting the responsibility on the learner, take the responsibility yourself, that I will be working upon your pronunciation of words, because I saw few words were not pronounced correctly, like teacher, education, and all those things. All are good. Anupama, Neetu, Shumona. Vijaya, closing is not there. You need to add the closing part. Your English grammar is poor. Please don't say that. Please. Your English grammar is poor. She knows that. Don't say it like that. It's very rude. Please don't use such kind of words which carry negative connotations. And it is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation. Very nicely written, Simran. Hema, incomplete, although evidences are missing, rest is okay. And the last part, the conclusion is also missing. Carl, very nicely written. Perfect. Good. Gaurav Day, very nicely written. Make sure that you mention the words that she did not pronounce correctly. Okay? And the sentences where there was a grammatical mistake. Janani, okay, that's good. Again, evidences are missing, although. Incessant practice, immense efforts. Make sure that you make it a little more simpler. Rashmi Banerjee. Well written. Arlene, perfect. Just use some evidences also. Rest is good. Shireen. Good. Perfect. Good observation as well. Ashima. Good. Silky. Evidences are not there. Specific part is not there. Mohit. Good. Just mention what pronunciations were wrong. Mention it, please. Priyanka Pansari. Good. Perfect. Indu Banerjee. Good. Evidences, although are missing, I believe. You are saying that it has Assamese accent touch to it, which is also called the mother tongue influence, but it's not, it doesn't work as an evidence. So make sure that you add some evidences all to you. Okay, evidences in your feedback. To lack of vocabulary knowledge. Oh God, please don't use these kind of negative words. Lack of vocabulary knowledge. Why? Why do you want to tell this to them? Obviously, she has come here for basic English. We know that she won't be having vocabulary, a good vocabulary. We have to work on your English grammar, pronunciation. Yes, that's correct. Mention why you are working on English grammar, because there were some sentences which were grammatically incorrect. You can mention those sentences and you can guide the learner also that this part is not correct. Yes, and no, Niti, I have read all. I read all. Like the way you were confident, you can work more on smiling and improving your pronunciation, especially for the words which sound in education word. I loved how you never gave up and covered the given hints. We can work together to get you better at speaking. S. Afreen, very good. Very nicely written. Please make sure you do not use words which carry negative connotation. Please don't make the learner feel disappointed about his performances. Next time she will not perform. Right? Lack of this, lack of, or maybe this is missing. Missing is still okay. That this was missing in your speech. It's okay that you can mention, but do not say lack of something, or maybe something that sounds hurtful. Nirdosh, that is correct. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's. Sorry. You have 2 more students options given here. If you want to practice giving more feedbacks, you can check out these 2 videos as well. These videos are there in your PPTs of Wednesday, right? On of day 3. And this is, I think, Rudra, and one is Ayana.
A scientist.
Ane. This is Ane. Okay, now mock evaluations. Mock evaluations are 3 mandatory steps to start taking your live demo sessions. Yesterday also I mentioned this, but most of you could not join, or maybe some of you. I usually see by 12:30, there are 7 to 8 participants who are leaving the session. In case if they join tomorrow, and if you all know them, please make sure, tell them they will not be able to sit on the mocks, and their mocks will be disqualified because they are missing out on the sessions. Please don't do that. Mock 1 is related to senior demo. Mock 2, junior or adult demo, there is an option. Mock 3 is related to senior demo. Mock 1 and Mock 3 are mandatory. Mock 2, it's written as non-mandatory in your dashboard, but it is not like you don't have to give any of them. You have to give any one, either junior or adult. First and the third mock is mandatory. Why do we have mock evaluations? You will get to practice before the real demo class. Also, each of you will be getting a dedicated feedback from the team. And we will also try and analyze the patterns and understand support areas. Somebody please answer Nisha's question. When are these due? The first mock is Friday onwards? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. You will be giving your mock tomorrow while in the session. Yes. Okay, this is a notice for all of you. Please listen to me very carefully. All of you. So Thursday, the second session, it ends at 1:30. Okay. So I would be ending the session by 1:15 or something like that. Okay. So the last session, after the training ends, you will be waiting there itself. Some of them who are leaving the session, they will be facing problems. That is why I said do not leave the session till the end. So when I end the session, you will not be leaving the session. You will be right there. And there will be people from the training team who will be joining. You can keep your cameras off. You can keep yourselves on mute and you can do your mocks right there. And the first mock will take 1 hour. So be prepared for your first mock from today itself. Okay. Another thing, there will be the training team on the Zoom call. So whenever you face any problem, you can ask the training team as well. So the training team will be there for another 1 hour at least. Okay. So while giving your mocks, in case if you face any issues, right there, it will get resolved. Okay. Those who will not be doing the mock tomorrow after the end of the session, they will be doing it later on. Mohit, it's not like there is a hard and fast. Okay, it's not like there is a hard and fast. If you can do it on your own, not a problem. The training team just wants to help you out in case you face any difficulties as such. So those who can stay back, please stay back and do your mocks. It will be easier for you. You will be able to discuss your technical difficulties. But in case if like Mohit is saying he has other commitments, if you have other commitments, it's not like you cannot do it after that. You can. See, you on your own risk, at your own risk, Trisha, you can give your mock on your time. And later on, if you face any technical difficulties, the training team will not help you out. I'm telling you. They have stipulated time for everything. They work in that, official timings. If you give it at the night, maybe you will not get any solution for your problems. Okay? Tomorrow, when the session ends, Mayurakshi, I hope you are listening to me. When the training session ends, I usually end the training by 1:15 or 1:10, isn't it? So by that time, the training team will also join this training session, the Zoom call. They will be there for 1 hour. You can switch off your cameras, switch off your microphones. You can do your mocks right there while the training team is there in the Zoom session. And if you face any problem, you can go ahead and check with the training team. You can ask them. Deepali, I'll try. Tomorrow's session is very long. Trust me. Slot confirmation call. Only if you help me out. If you are cooperative and if you do not write questions in between, then I can finish it before 12:45. And in case if you have questions, I can discuss at the end. But yeah, tomorrow, if you really want me to finish it off as early as possible, yes, I can. Just make sure that you write your queries at the end in the second session in the chat section so that I can answer each of them. Okay. Happy birthday in advance, Simran. No worries. No worries. What you can do is you can join another session if you want. You can reschedule your session. You can cover it from the videos that you have. Yes, Priyanka.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hi.
can I end session or some points are left, ma'am? Actually, I need to
Mock
go somewhere.
discussions. If you know about mock discussions, you can do.
Mock discussions, ma'am. Whatever about the mock you told earlier, that is only, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
Or we
only,
can,
only that.
no other new topic is not left, no, ma'am. I
No,
can
no,
leave now, ma'am.
nothing. Yes,
Okay.
you can do.
Sorry,
No problem.
sorry, ma'am. Actually, I need to go somewhere.
No issues. It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Quiz,
you.
I can do it later, no, ma'am.
Yes, you can do it later.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. How much time does a mock take? See, it will not take more than 1 hour. Trust me, it will not take more than 1 hour. Make sure that you don't take a lot of retakes. Today, do one thing. Okay, I'll do one thing. What you can do today is go through the whole senior demo session thoroughly. Okay, senior demo. You watch the PPT, you watch the video also. Slot confirmation call. Maximum you can do is open the script from your demo class content. Your teacher's handbook. Wait, I'll show you. Is the teacher's handbook? Yes, no, sorry. This is your teacher's handbook. There is a slot confirmations call script. Can you see this? Just make sure that you, open this and have a look at it. Okay. Duration of the mock, it shouldn't take more than 1 hour. If someone will not be able to attend tomorrow's session, they can, yes, why not? Yes, you can give your mock test. But Shweta, make sure that you are watching the videos of your session. Okay, because tomorrow, the first mock, the first question is slot confirmation call, which I will be covering in tomorrow's training session. Miss the first day due to technical issues. You have videos, no? Mom? Trisha? Yes, you can leave. No problem. I'm just discussing about the mocks. I hope you know the deadlines. Now, though, you have to do the mock one right tomorrow. Tomorrow in the session only you have to do. Okay. Remember, wear formal clothing tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be great to watch all of you. All of you will be in formal clothes. Okay. So please wear formal clothes, be well groomed, maintain an eye contact with your camera, keep the device at eye level, ensure that your upper body is visible until the waist, not waist, actually upper torso, till the place where your hand gestures are visible. That's it. Background should be a clean wall tomorrow. Make sure that you are sitting against a wall. Okay, while recording. Not in the Zoom call. Zoom call, it is okay. It's fine. But when you are recording for your mocks, make sure that you are sitting against a wall. Okay. Use registered phone number and email address only in the box, please. And remember, you are not able to share your screen on Willow platform. For reference, you can switch the tabs to see the demo PPT in between. Remember, no mocks means no onboarding. All 3 mocks are compulsory. Please make sure that you do not cross your deadlines. Okay. Use registered phone number only. Give your quizzes. If you have any questions, you can ask me. CFU is CFU is checking for understanding. Okay, there is a question in today's quiz. CFU means checking for understanding. Okay, and after your quiz, if you don't have any question, you all can leave. Am I clear? You all can leave. The session is over. Okay, if you have any question, you can stay back. Yes, Namrata.
The quiz is only after the first session, right?
Only first session, yes.
So
Second session, you can give it after 1:40.
Okay.
Today you have 2 quizzes. Yes, today you have 2 quizzes.
Yesterday and day before were only one.
Only
right?
one. Today you have 2 quizzes.
Today we have to.
Preparing for mock, the best thing that you can do is open the slot confirmation call script, go through it, the first page only, not the second page, only first page. Okay, first page is more than enough. And tomorrow's presentation will be visible. If possible, tomorrow's PPT, please watch. Tomorrow's training PPT, training resources. Try to do this if you get time. It's my birthday tomorrow, so please. Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. I was unconsciously there reading that. Videos from where? They are not opening. Which videos are you talking about? Videos are not opening. They don't have sound. Which one? The dashboard is all having, it's having all the videos, no? Just check. Your dashboard is having lots of videos. Let me check. All videos are working. Perfectly fine. Share the handbook link once more. Yes. Oh, 1 second. Mayurakshi, yes. 1 second. Thank you everyone. First session quiz done. Please do only the first session quiz. Second session quiz, you can do it later after the training session is over. Okay. Yes. Who was saying the videos are not playing? The videos are playing though. Let me check. Wait. Those who do not have any question can leave. If you have any question, you can stay back. Let me see recording of the first session. PS a lot. So PS means Planet
Working.
Spark also. Sometimes it would. It's working, all are working. Sorry for that. Using in order to make herself interesting and attractive. Let's have a look.
Will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks.
All working. Please check. Okay. First session quiz done. Okay, thank you. Y'all can leave. Do we do our assignments after the training sessions are over? I would say there are lots to do, Carl. You already have the quizzes, then you have the self sessions, and then you are also preparing for your mocks. Assignment is okay. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, I mean, if you don't get the time, it's okay. Even if you skip it, doesn't matter. Share the screen in our below. Do we have to share our screen in the demo session? In the demo session, yes, of course. Even Divya Lakshmi ma'am was sharing, Ishita was sharing yesterday. Demo session, though, yes. How will you teach the child if you don't share your screen? If you are asking about mock session, mock evaluation, no, you will not be able to share your screen. There is no option as such. Yes, Anupama.
I just wanted to ask, is my background fine? And if I sit like this and is it okay? Thank you so much.
Absolutely fine. No, today there are 2 quizzes. First one, if you all have done, it's okay. Second one, you can do it after the session. Self session videos, only one video is playing and remaining are not, because you're not continuing after that. You have to continue after that in the self session. Oh God. You have to give the questions also, no? You have to see, like, you play this video.
All right then, it's the show time now. We had discussed why showcase is so important in a demo class. Do you remember that?
You watch this
So
video.
pause this video.
I'm going to pause the video. Anyways. Okay. Continue. Please watch the video before continuing. It's a whole video I have to watch. Okay, anyways, so say for example, you all have watched the video. You have to complete the video, otherwise they will not let you continue. So you have to watch this video and then you have to click on continue. I'm not sure how this works. You have to watch the video whole. Okay. I don't know how this works. If someone has done this, please unmute and please yes. See, You have to give the answer these questions. And why is the showcase section important in a demo class? It allows the parents to see the child's learning and skill demonstration within a 60-minute lesson. It provides an opportunity for the teacher to assess the child's performance, and it gives the child a chance to interact with their peers. Okay. Actually, it is all the three. Not the third one, but at least the two. Actually, no, it's actually both of them. Anyways, so yes, you answer all these questions, and accordingly, after that, you will move on to the next. So it's like watch the video, answer the questions, and then move on to the next video. Yeah, you have to finish the video. Correct, correct. Where do we find the quiz? Mom, please unmute yourself. Where do you find the, how do you join the session? From where are you joining the
Yes,
session,
ma'am.
Mom? Yes.
Ma'am, I'm joining the session from the dashboard.
Right.
So,
Just below
how
that,
do I?
just below that, where you have the session link, just below that you have the quiz.
Okay, ma'am. I'll just try and see that because I'm doing it from a phone. My laptop has just conked off last moment and it's in the repair. They're doing my batteries and everything, and I'm having so much difficulty doing it through a phone. I can't tell you. It's the interface is difficult through a phone.
Yes,
Okay, I'll just
it
find it,
is.
ma'am.
I must accept that fact, because phone
Yeah.
is not a professional way to attend a training, as well as when you will be taking classes, you will need your
Yeah.
laptop.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
by tomorrow you get your laptop done, please use your
Yeah,
laptop tomorrow.
I have to follow up with them, but since it's Ganpati, everybody's going so slow, so I'm having difficulty.
I understand.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe you can arrange for a laptop or something.
I'll just see who has, but then I don't know whether professionals will like to part with their laptops because they're also working on it. But anyway, I'll try my best. Let's see.
Yeah, because tomorrow mock sessions has to be given on the laptop. Anyways, no
Yeah.
problem. You can
Okay.
arrange. Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
Divya.
I just
Absolutely. Yes.
I just wanted to know whether we have to complete all the 3 mocks tomorrow itself.
No, one.
Is there any portions to be covered in the mock 1, 2, and 3?
As in?
Is there any portions content that has to be covered in the specified time in the mock?
Portion. PORTION.
Yes, content. Content has to be completed within a specific time.
Yes. So you will have the videos are the time limit is given. I think it is 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Each video should be within 4 minutes.
We have to be in front of the children to attend the mock live demo.
It's a Willow platform. Just like you gave your video interview, it's the same. You have to record yourself. While you are recording yourself, it's not a live thing. It's a recording thing.
Okay.
You are assuming that there is a child there, but there is no child. You are assuming you are in a situation, how would you teach?
All the 3 mocks are similar to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Ritika?
Hello, ma'am, my voice is audible?
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, no, I'm not finding my second quiz.
Second quiz will not open as anyways.
Okay, only one quiz is there.
One quiz as of now. Second quiz you can do after the training session.
Okay, fine. Take care. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Evaluation very strict in mocks. What is the probability of passing in mocks? So you gave your class 10th boards by thinking of what is the probability of passing. It all depends on how you perform. It's okay. Look at the parameters. Parameters are given. Your body language, your eye contact, conviction, content. Gunjan, please don't share your whiteboard. No, Sri Reshma, Friday training time is only one batch. You don't have two batches for that. So it's 3:30, or you can, if you are not able to join at 3:30, what you can do is you can join, you can watch the video recording of that. Thank you, Mansi. I will close the session and all the best. Please prepare for your mocks today itself, because you will be doing your mock right in front of the training batch. They will not be able to see you, don't worry. Your cameras will not be on, but they will be there in order to help you, basically. And you won't get time, no? So try to be prepared before tomorrow's class, yes. Okay, I'll close the session. Thank you so much. Mock will be at what time? After I finish off the training session, you are not going to close the Zoom call. The training team will join right away, and then you will start with your mocks. Keep your Zoom call minimized with your cameras off, and you will, 1:30, I hope I will be able to finish it off. I might be able to finish it off before 1:30 if you all cooperate. Right? Any other things? Training session after tomorrow are not mandatory. Yes, that's correct. After tomorrow is the last mandatory session. After that, you don't have any mandatory program. All are optional, but are necessary. Please attend if possible. And if you are not able to attend, then please watch the video recordings. I think yes, Ziba. But always give preference to a laptop. Try to use a laptop while giving your mocks. If laptop is at all not working, then maybe you can use your tabs or maybe iPads or phones. Great, thank you so much. I'll end the call. Please go through the presentation of your senior demo and also go through the slot confirmation script as well. Thank you.